The International Criminal Court is now in session.
The three suspects had until October 24th to file their written submissions to the ICC pre-trial chamber before the three judges proceed to make a ruling on whether to commit their case to full trial or not. Through their respective lawyers, the three suspects William Ruto, Henry Kosgey and Joshua Arap maintained that prosecutor Luis Moreno Ocampo had not presented sufficient evidence during the confirmation of charges hearings to sustain his allegations against them.
My name is Katwa Kigan.
Ruto, through lawyer Katwa Kigan, submitted that the prosecutor's office failed to carry out professional, impartial and open-minded investigations to establish the truth about the post-election violence.
The allegations that have been made here sounds to me like they can only be possible in a movie.
The Eldoret North MP also sought to poke holes into Ocampo's evidence, indicating that he supplied guns and ammunition to direct perpetrators of chaos in the Rift Valley, targeted at perceived PNU supporters. Once again, Prime Minister Raila Odinga's name featured prominently in the written submissions. The defense teams of the three suspects wondered why Odinga had not been listed as a post-election violence suspect, yet some of the prosecution witnesses had identified him as the leader of the network that allegedly planned, financed and orchestrated the violence against perceived PNU supporters. Ruto further argued that Ocampo did not attempt to establish any exonerating evidence against him and ignored concerns that some of the prosecution witnesses had been coached and induced to write statements that would incriminate him in exchange for money and lavish lives outside Kenya.
My name is George Oraro. I am counsel for Honorable Kosgey.
The second suspect in the first case, Henry Kosgey, through his lawyer George Oraro, argued that the prosecution had relied on the anonymous evidence of one witness whose evidence was incoherent, contradictory and inconsistent. Oraro insisted that there was no evidence to support allegations that Kosgey gathered or organized a network of subordinates and direct perpetrators to implement the common plan in his locality.
There is sufficient time.
Radio journalist Joshua Arap that suspect in the first post-election violence case in his submissions filed by lawyer Katwa Kigan, argued that the prosecutor had relied primarily on witnesses that were not credible and whose testimony was uncorroborated. Kigan further pointed out that Ocampo had not produced any incriminating broadcasts made by Sang, though the prosecution had alleged that his client, during a live show on Kass FM called Lene Emet, made inciting remarks that contributed to the commission of crimes against humanity during the 2007-2008 post-election violence period.
There will be no trial in case the charges are not confirmed.
The three-judge bench will within 60 days make a ruling on whether to commit the case against Ruto, Sang and Kosgey to a full trial or not. Francis Gachuri, Citizen Live at 9.